Hi everyone, welcome to the Pomporium podcast. I'm your host Simran, and this is our other host, Jaden. Just say your name.
I can't with you.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about a few different games that are currently out right now that are pretty popular within the gaming community. Some of these games are, games that have been released through early access. Some of these things are updates within already released games. So let's just get right into it. The first game we're going to be talking about is Grounded 2. So I'm going to leave that off to Jaden since he's been playing that game back to back.
Yeah, me and my friend Tyler have been playing that game a huge amount. It was released July 29th of 2025, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the game has been, because it's in early access, they're doing the same thing they did again with Grounded 1 back when Grounded came out, and they're slowly releasing new content and updates about the story and about the game and fixes and stuff like that until they can call it a full game. In my personal opinion, it feels like a full game. There's a lot of different stuff. We have a new story. After surviving the dangers of the backyard in the first game, you and your friends are mysteriously shrunken again. But this time, the adventures take you beyond the familiar garden in Grounded 1. This time, you're in a vast new world with new bugs and maps and forest and a lot of mysterious caves and stuff like that. You have the ability to tame bugs now in this game, and I think that was something that the fans really kind of wanted from Grounded 1. Now you can tame things from orb weavers to scorpions at some point later, and as they keep updating the game, you could tame ants, red soldier ants. There's a lot of different stuff you can do, and I feel as though that this new take on Grounded, from being in the backyard and now being in a park, like this is gonna, it's a lot bigger. Like I thought it wasn't gonna be like that wide range, but it is surprisingly a very big map, and they're still expanding it. Certain parts are just not done yet, and I feel as though that's going to be really interesting, in my opinion.
Now I'm curious, do you have to kill bugs on the swing set and things like that? Is it
Well,
does it look like an
it's like,
actual park?
yeah. So think of it. Well, yeah. I mean, from a shrunken down version, it's the wild, but from a taller version of perspective, yes, it is the park. But take it as like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You ever seen that movie?
No. I feel
You
like
never
I've
seen
heard about it though.
you never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
No. Is it a comedy movie?
This is bad. This is a bad bit if you're doing a bit right now.
Listen,
This is terrible.
I don't watch a lot of. I mean, I watch a lot of movies, but I don't watch a lot of comedy. I'm just starting
It's not
to
it's not
watch
comedy
the
though.
Sandler verse. You know what I mean?
This is let's slow. Let's hold on a second. First off, first and foremost, right? I care about you deeply, but what you're currently explaining to me is that you've never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No.
Google on your computer right quick. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Look at the wallpaper for it and see if that
What does this have to do with
jogs any
Grounded? Just
memory.
because the kids are shrunk?
Yes, it's literally the whole premise of the actual.
This is a 1989 film.
You haven't seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, I don't even think this is on TV. If it is, I don't know where it's at.
This is bad. This is bad. You have to watch this later. This is you know what? This is more important than the rest of this episode. You now have to watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and give a review
All
a
right.
review on it.
All right.
On
I'll
on
do
your
that
take on it.
then.
Jesus, got a whole segment here about teenagers being shrunk and put inside of a backyard and now being put in a park, which is literally the exact
Are they
plot line.
teenagers or are they kids?
They were kids, now they're teens.
Okay, so they actually. So this is the same characters you're playing with that were in the first game?
Yes,
That's kind of sad
it is.
because I mean, their whole life they're just in a backyard in a park, shrunk, trying to
It's
fight for their life. That's
the,
it's really sad.
Listen, the story takes a lot of dips and turns, is what I'll say. But
Like if there's a
furthermore,
Grounded 3, are they gonna end up at the amusement park? I'm confused.
don't give them any more ideas. Don't do that. Don't you just don't give them any more ideas for a third game.
Listen, I mean, if they're this successful, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do another game.
Because now they're gonna be like Grounded 3, World Wild, and it's gonna be like the planet is shrunk.
Oh God, that's
But
that's a little too
and
much.
in any news, right? Leaning more back into Grounded, I did find out some actual interesting information about the game and its early access launch. Behind the microism Obsidian's Marcus Morgan and Chris Parker revealed that development was propelled by unusual collaborations with Idios Montreal, who helped Engine share with what's this game called? Avowed and Outer Worlds, enabling pipeline efficiencies while preserving creative focus. So they merged a lot of different studios or game developers is what I'll say to make this game, and I feel as though that's a little bit interesting, especially coming from Outer Worlds, which I personally it's like my top 10 games, and I've never played Avowed, but I've heard decent amount of things about it. I'm not really too interested in that game like that, but the gameplay is pretty fine for the most part. You got flying buggies all over the place. You have, again, like I said earlier, you have orb weavers and stuff like that, to traverse the park, and the narrative is pretty straightforward. You know, survive. like if we're gonna be completely honest, like there is no other many factors. The story is a little bit different. Like our man Burgle, R.I.P. my man Burgle. They took his head. I don't know where Dr. Tully went. There's a huge new thing going on right now, and the first like not even few minutes of the game they explain like Burgle's been missing and you gotta find Burgle. It's a whole thing. It's a really whole thing, but I find it to be very interesting, and I'm curious to see what they do with the rest of the story.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. I'm actually like, this makes me want to kind of want to play the game. I don't know. How much is it?
It's like let me see. I forget how much it was. I think it was like $40.
Okay, it's not too bad.
It's $30. It's
All right,
$30.
all right, not too bad.
But in my personal opinion, $30 is not bad. Like that's not bad. The first game is $40 because the game's finished. This one is 30. That's not a bad price for this game, like at all. Like this is like,
No.
it's a really good game company that made it. Like they take their time with it. Like each time they do updates and stuff like that, they really listen to feedback. And for $30, you're really getting your money's worth. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Right. Well, I mean, the graphics look really good from what I've seen of the game. So I would definitely say it's worth the price.
Yeah, no, I would 100% it's worth the price. But there are some games that have slipped under the radar. Well, I wouldn't say slipped under the radar, but they're large, I guess. I guess the timing of the drop was slipped under the radar for some people. And that's Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 by far snuck under my nose because I wasn't paying attention for
Yeah,
a hot
neither was
minute.
I.
Like me and Simon were playing what was that, Battlefield 2042?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that like a huge bunch, and then they dropped Battlefield 6. Like they dropped a teaser, and I was like, this could be anything. You know what I mean? Like, and then they confirmed it, and I was like, whoa! I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I gotta go ahead and get on top of this thing.
Yeah, no, I had no idea that Battlefield 6, that the playtest was out. Just kind of snuck under my nose. But we did, download it in time for early access, which is good. We did download it. It came out, well, early access came out on August 7th, and the full beta spread is across 2 weekends, and it started on August 9th. I believe we downloaded it August 9th.
Yeah, I think that's
During
when we had.
right, when the full beta spread, happened. That's when we first downloaded it. There was like a queue roll in to get into the game, but it was really smooth, I have to admit. The game had did not crash or anything when I was trying to get in, which is really great because a lot of games tend to have that issue where so many, hundreds of thousands of people are rolling in and the game just continues crashing. So Battlefield did a great job with ensuring that all the players were able to actually play the game. You just had to wait maybe a good 5 to 10 minutes to get in, but it was totally worth it once you were in. You could play as many games as you want. You were all good.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna agree with that statement. There were a lot of players. My queue time said you're 76,000.
Yeah, I think at one time I was in the 100,000s, and I was like, okay. I really thought it was gonna take longer than it did, but it really just did not take that long, and I was very surprised. They were rolling in thousands upon thousands of people very quickly. So I think Battlefield did a great job with this whole beta test that they did. Obviously the main objective here was so that they could test things out, they had a lot of, cheater counterattacks. So there were over 330,000 cheat attempts recorded, which is crazy. But obviously,
Yeah,
Battlefield is just that company. Who are they owned by? they're just that they're just that game that they knew how to handle. All the cheaters, the
I can't.
hackers, whatever you want to call them.
No,
um,
no, the game had a lot of. I want to say like when we were playing, I don't feel as though the game. There were some moments where I was like, nah, that motherfucker's cheating. Like, there was some moments where
maybe.
I'm like, shoot, when I'm shooting at people, and I'm like, yo, like he should be dead. Like, there's no way he should be alive. Like, I refuse to believe that this individual is alive in like any sense. But in my personal opinion, from what I was, paying attention to why we were playing, is that the game did run smooth. Like there were minor inconveniences in gameplay. Like at some points in times, a buddy would get kicked out or something like that, or I wouldn't load in the game fast enough. But other than that, like the game, like the actual gameplay, like once you got into a match and stuff like that, everything was fine. I seemed nothing wrong on my end as far as when it came to playing the game. Like I didn't see
Yeah.
anything like too out of the ordinary or stuff like that. I think there was maybe one time, maybe once or twice, where I saw I had gotten to a tank and I would go to move and the tank wouldn't move. But from the 3 days that I played, I didn't have any other really issues with it. There were a huge amount of cheater counterattacks, and that was a huge thing. The Javelin anti-cheat system is under stress. Clips are emerging showing bypass exploits, pushing developers towards more vigilant rolling patches to fix the beta right now. And the game comes out, oh, what is that, October 10th, right?
I believe so,
Am
yeah.
I, yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm excited. I feel as though that I'm getting tired of the Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty's
Yeah,
Call of Duty's a dead
no.
game.
I actually really enjoyed myself playing the whole beta testing. I thought a lot of the new maps were really cool. Like everything was definitely like Battlefield is extremely hyper realistic, but like this is getting there. It was getting like to that point where you feel like you're really there.
Yeah, like you're 100% like immersed in a war. Like there was a time I forget, it was me. Who was it? It was me, you, and Tyler. And we were sitting inside of this little house or whatever, trying to bunker down in and survive. And we were in there, we were crammed in there, and this guy ran upstairs, and we were fighting him and whatnot, and then a tank flew through the window, like
Yeah.
a whole shell through the window and blew the building up, and we got encased and like rubble and shit. And I was like, yo, like this is crazy. And even on the map, like when you go to respawn, you can see and like down in the right hand corner, like what your teammates are doing through their body
Right.
cam. And I thought that was a really unique touch.
Definitely. You can definitely see the difference between, all the Battlefield games. I mean, coming from Battlefield 2042 to Battlefield 6, you can definitely see the difference between the two games and all the improvements that they've made.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a
Because
huge
they
difference.
have definitely made a lot of improvements, especially with the tanks. Yeah, no, it was great.
I think another huge feature that was added to the game is the ability to drag away your teammates to heal them. I
Mm.
felt as though it's the brilliant, and
Yes, it
I
was
mean
very good.
brilliant, way to revive your teammates. Like you can now
Right.
drag them away and heal them at the same time. Like that is perfect because I was sick and tired. And I mean, actually sick and tired of my teammate going down in 2042 and me having to throw a smoke over top of him, crouched all the way down, like get prone, and then pick him up. Like that was ridiculous because then at that point the enemy knows who he just shot. Like he knows like someone's gonna try and go get him, regardless if you throw the smoke down or not. Like he knows someone's there. One grenade and both of you die again. Like that was
Mm.
a fool's errand. But now with this new system of being able to drag away your teammates and get behind cover, like it mimics realistic combat. Like Call of Duty, I feel like where it fails is that there's too much going on in deathmatch, and deathmatch doesn't really have a substantial hold on me as Battlefield does. And there's a lot of people who will say Call of Duty or Battlefield, and I will always choose Battlefield because Call of Duty just does too much. And then on top of that, they don't really treat their players fair, in my personal opinion. Like I just
Yeah,
I'm a Battlefield individual, so I'm gonna have a little bias anyway. But I just don't
definitely.
like. I don't like how Call of Duty operates anymore. I feel like they're just
Right.
regurgitating content back to back. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you could almost say the same thing about Battlefield. And me being a Battlefield like fan, like in a player, I can admit to that. But I feel as though when Battlefield comes out with new stuff, they're always trying something new.
Right.
As to Call of Duty, who constantly comes out with the same thing, and then doesn't give any breathing room for the next game. Like Battlefield, or not Battlefield, Black Ops 7 is coming
Mhm.
out. What is the difference between that and Call of Duty? Like it's all the same. Like to me, it's just all the same thing. Like Battlefield just stays consistent. There's conquest. It's you and like at least 64 other players fighting on opposite ends. It's war. That's the purpose of the game. And I feel as though you get that in the game, but you just don't get the Call of Duty. You just don't get that war type aspect in Call of Duty. I feel like it's more sliding around the map, hitting trick shots, and you know what I mean. Like
Well,
I just
yeah,
want
I
something a
get
little
what
more
you
realistic.
mean. And definitely with Battlefield 6, I definitely have to say the maps are way more visually appealing. Like
100%.
you can really tell the hyper realistic, aspects that were added into these maps compared to 2042. It's crazy how different the two games are, and that's why I have to say, like, as soon as this game drops, I'm getting it because it was that good. Like it was very immersive, and I know for a fact that I'm going to be playing it a lot, so it's worth it. Trust me.
100%. I can't wait for the game to drop.
I know, neither can I. But speaking of games, well, I don't know if Battlefield is not really similar to Fortnite, but let's talk about Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 4, which is called
Wait,
Shock and Awesome. Is that what it's called?
hold on. Let me just. What do you mean if Fortnite is similar to Battlefield?
I don't play Fortnite, and I feel like I haven't seen any of the updates for Fortnite, so I have no idea what it looks like now.
It's completely different now. Like this season revolves around a massive bug infestation spreading across the Fortnite island. These aren't your ordinary bugs. They're more aggressive, like alien creatures, and they're also going to change the way the battle royale system is played. So from the ecosystem of Fortnite, as we know, like of the island and how there's NPCs and stuff like that, these bugs are going to be a huge issue. They're going to not only be attacking you, the player, but everything else. like
So
so
what is like
there's going to
Fortnite
be
like grounded now or
oh my goodness. I would say more like hell divers. Like the bugs in hell divers when you
yeah.
play hell divers.
Mhm.
So take those bugs and now just say that they're in Fortnite. But we have a teammate. We have teammates. We have a meta crossover. We got fucking Power Rangers. Power Rangers. And there's been subtle teases to Halo Spartans. So we're gonna have some
Interesting.
backup with the bugs.
I did see the Power Rangers, and I think it looks really cool. And I'm not even a Fortnite person, but I do like looking at some of the updates that are coming out because they are interesting, nevertheless. And maybe one day I'll give it a try. I did download it, I just never played it. So that's like the first step after you download it, like actually open and play the game. But I didn't do that.
No, you didn't. But Fortnite came a long way from Save the World. Like when the game was like that was the original purpose of the game, and that's when I myself like I played the beta and then I played the alpha for the game and I had got a key to get in and play and I was sitting there and I was like yo like this is crazy like I want to I really want this game like and I was all over it for so long and then people were like oh yeah we're playing this battle royale mode I'm like what are they talking about and then battle royale season 0 was like it is what it was you ran around you opened some chests you got a gun here and there. And then the other season came out, and they came out with a storyline. And I'm like, yo, like Fortnite is getting crazy. And they went from their own original skins to partnering with companies and getting their own like characters put in the game. And I'm like, yo, like whoever thought of this mode like is a gazillionaire. Like they're a fucking genius.
Yeah, no, Fortnite's definitely impressed me with that.
No, like in multiple ways, like
Because I played during season 1, and let me tell you, the game has drastically changed from season 1.
100%. The original map we had, like from Salty Springs and Loot Lake and stuff like that, all that
Yeah,
shit is gone. Like,
that's
I
why I'm
just find it very
scared.
interesting.
I'm scared to go back on, but maybe I will. We'll see.
Well, they have a no build mode added, so like you can always play that mode.
Yeah. I just
I
didn't
just
like
find the game.
building, so I guess that's good that they have a no build mode.
I got used to it after a while, like, but then once they dropped like zero builds, I just played that because there was no reason for me to play
Yeah.
the regular one with builds because people were building straight up hotels, and I'm like, I'm
Mid
not doing
game.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
mid game, like they were building fucking huge ass
I had to literally
skyscrapers.
like teach myself, like sit there and just continue building and building and building to kind of get like a pattern down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you
It
could
was
create
like you had, yeah,
armies.
you kind of had to train yourself to build quick enough so this way when you're literally about to die, you can save yourself.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was a
got
lot.
okay at it. It's not like I was terrible. I just didn't enjoy it.
I mean, I mean, in my personal opinion, it's the only game that I know that you can play and get on a full fucking team with Rick from Rick and Morty, Superman, Omni Man, Mark Grayson, Halo Master Chief Spartan, the Doom guy. The only game I know where you can put Godzilla in a pair of Jordans. You can
Yeah,
put King Kong and some Nike Tech.
because you definitely got
it's
to
a
do that.
it's just a silly ass game for kids, but it's so fucking funny.
I
Like
know,
it's
it
the
is cool.
like it's the only game that I'm like, what the hell am I playing? Like I have to tell my teammates, yo, guys, you need to help me. You need to help me out right now. Morty's over here. Morty just shot me.
That's
Wait, watch
crazy.
out for that Superman.
I think one of my
The Teen Titans are here.
right, one of the first skins that I ever like bought was a sock monkey. I don't know why.
It's a cute skin. I feel like I got you to play not that long ago. I feel like it was a few months ago, but
Probably not, because I do not remember playing that long ago. Like I was a long, long time ago. Definitely not a few months ago. But let's move on to a better game. You know what I mean? Marvel
yeah,
Rivals.
something's wrong with you. What do you
Marvel
got for Marvel
Rivals
Rivals?
Season 3.5 Blade arrives. Yes. I was waiting for him. Not because I'm a Blade main, just because um I can't wait to die. Blade entered the arena on August 8th with his anti-heal, invisibility, and bleed-driven mechanics. He is quite literally, I don't know how to explain him. He is very, very strong. People are already using him a lot in, what's it called? Jaden, what's it called?
I'm thinking, but competitive?
Yeah, competitive. A lot of people are using him in competitive, and a lot of people are banning him in competitive. So it's like, he's not exactly a fan favorite. I mean, he is, but he isn't. At the same time, his kit is very strong. I do have to admit, and he hits fast, like, to the point where it's like you don't see him. Like it's like that's where his
Yeah.
invisibility comes
Well,
in. You don't see this man hitting you. He's just too
right.
freaking
Well,
fast.
Blade
Um,
Blade skill set. His blade skill set, he fuses highly in mobility and stealth with lethal like shotgun burst. Like at the same
yep.
time, like you
Mhm.
could switch between his sword and his firearm, like in mid swing. So like I find that to be a little bit crazy because with every hit he does, he gains a little bit of his health back, and I'm like, yo, like
Right.
fuck all that. Like if he switches from his sword right to his gun, he loses the ability to gain health. But as
Right.
long as he just never takes the sword, like never puts the sword away, he's fine
And
for
what's
the most part.
crazier is we would be like in a mid comp match, and people would be like, "Kill the blade," because he was that much of a problem that we had to target him first. So I mean, these blade mains are gonna get we're coming for them. I mean,
Okay.
just saying.
Well. I don't even think it's just that. I think sword users in Marvel Rivals
Just
as a
yeah,
whole
in
are an issue.
general,
Like,
you have Magic, who's crazy. Also, if you know how to play her correctly, I feel like with Blade, he is a little bit easier than Magic to play, but he is a very heavy hitter, and his ultimate
yeah,
is also really great because if you have a lot of a team who's like really clumping together, his ultimate really just eliminates that. It's like Psylocke, where you kind of are just hitting multiple people at one time.
Yeah, but Blade, he kind of rushes through a group of individuals and
Right.
slashes the air.
Right.
Like,
Psylocke's going from side to side, hitting everybody. So it's like she's kind of like, zigzagging in a way.
yeah, and I'm not complaining about either or of their ultimates. Like, sword users are having a hugely good time right now. Like, between Blade and Magic and Psylocke, like, it's pretty
Right.
much cookies. Like, if any one of those three individuals are on the same team, it's pretty much over for the enemy team
Mm-hmm.
if they know how to, like, combat them. But the sword users have a huge thing with crowd control. So I feel as though because Magic can shift through dimensions and pop up on the other side and slash somebody, and Psylocke can go invisible and just be literally anywhere at any time.
Yes.
And between that and Blade's ability to hit people and regen health, all three of them are dangerous. like they're like all three of them on the same team is cookies. It's so bad that it's like you would have to play someone that they wouldn't be able to like get a hold of quickly, and the only person I can think of that is probably like a flyer. Like you would have to use like Johnny or Ultron or Iron Man or literally any one of those three characters and trying your best to beef up, or maybe go all tanks. Let's run that little charade.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna work. Just a
Compete
team with
with.
all tanks.
I mean the all tanks and Rocket tag team game
Listen,
has.
yeah, no, I've done that before in special circumstances. Obviously, I'm not gonna go all tanks in a comp match, but I've done it during quick play. Cause why
Everybody's done
not?
it during quick play.
Why not? What do I have to lose? My
I
dignity.
I guess nothing. But speaking of dignity, Mafia, the old country. The old
Yes.
country. I am a Mafia individual. I love Mafia movies. Shout out to my friend Joseph, who's in the Mafia.
Uh huh. I wouldn't disclose that during this podcast.
Other than that, other than that, oh man, other than that, this story is a narrative-driven prequel to the acclaimed Mafia series, immersing players in the origins of organized crime in early 1900s Sicily. Developed by Hangar 13 and released on August 8th, 2025, the game follows the journey of Enzo Favi. Oh, I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm gonna just say Enzo, a young laborer striving to rise within the Torrisi crime family. Uh, a couple of things with this. A lot of people have been playing the game already, and there's a lot of audio alchemy and audio dev diary showcases Sicilian station ambiance from clatter. Oh my goodness, clatter of horse-drawn wagons to echoing church bells, intended to submerge players in early 1900s soundscape. So they really, basically what this is just saying is that they took their time with the audio and soundtrack of the game and how the game runs as a whole, syncing certain sounds that you would hear in Sicily to put in the game to make you feel as though you're really immersing yourself there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's really talking about. And then another thing that I found out that was really interesting on my take was the authenticity by region. Hangar 13 taped Sicily-based street languages, agriculture, and even feels of the dust being swept in the alleyways and stuff like that. They went down there and did a lot of field research, if that makes sense. Another thing that I found was very interesting about the game is that I am going to be buying it. I'm going to be getting it. I want all the Sicilian feels.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that this game looks very interesting as somebody who is looking into playing more, story based games. Watching the trailer, it looked very hyper realistic and something that I would probably enjoy playing. Um, Especially as someone who like enjoys reading like mafia books and things like that. I think a lot of people who are into that style of genre will be interested in this game specifically. You know what I mean? Especially like looking at like the setting of the game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Single player story based games are really taking a huge shift into the gaming community. I'm seeing a little bit less and less of multiplayer game as the years go on. besides Grounded, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, and Battlefield. I haven't seen a story player game where there are two players besides the one that just dropped. I forget what it's called, but it was from the same people that made A Way Out. That was a good story game with two players. I was trying to figure out if there's any other story games that are two player like that I have played, and I can't think of anything right
It
now.
Takes
I thought you
Two.
would have something. Say it again.
It Takes Two.
Okay, yes, but that's the same. That's the same company that made A Way Out, and that made this new one.
Doesn't
But I can't
Grounded
remember that.
count as that as well?
I mean, yeah, I guess you can count Grounded.
I mean, two player, they're hard to find.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
There's a lot more
not like
single player games, in my opinion.
right, like not like a couch co-op, like
Right.
that part. That's what I'm talking about. But other than that, that's all we got pretty much on games this episode. We covered a lot of different games, from Grounded 2 to
Definitely.
Battlefield 6 to Fortnite to Marvel Rivals to Mafia. Like I feel as though that these are the games of tomorrow, and I feel as though that these games are going to shape what 2026 will bring. I know there's some other games that we could have talked about, as far as Ghost of Yotai, following after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, and there are a decent amount of other games. But if you guys know any games that we should mention or we should look more into, just put them in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And
Yes.
we will be back for next week's episode.
Yes. Bye bye, pop fans.
Bye.